Suggested Articles is part of Odd Pods Media,
a podcast network. Dial up those VPNs, put on your tinfoil hat. This is the voice of world control. I bring you peace. It may be peace of plenty and content, or the peace of unburied death. The choice is yours. It's time for Suggested Articles,
a podcast. Hey.
Hey.
I don't know what to do now. This is weird.
You don't know what to do?
This is the first time with a soundboard. It was kind of cool though, right?
Yeah. Very. It's a little. You know what? No, it was too much pressure.
Oh.
Wait till it's your turn to do the intro.
Okay. So before we get started today, on the bigger picture things, a few episodes ago, a bunch of episodes ago, Mr. 1F Jeff, you know what? We should do introductions first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't
Welcome
know.
to the podcast.
I don't know.
Welcome to Suggested Articles, a podcast.
This is a podcast. I'm Jeff with 2 Fs. And the guy coughing is Jeff with 1F.
I'm Jeff, 1F Jeff, yes.
And for the first time in way too long,
who?
Aaron's here. Aaron,
that
say
bitch. Hi.
Hey!
How very dare you?
I know, right?
Aaron, you've been gone too long. We've missed you.
Yeah.
Aw,
Welcome
thanks.
back. Welcome back to the show.
I know you don't have time to listen to the show, but sometimes we'll be talking about something. I'll be like, I wish Aaron was here.
Mm-hmm.
I listen sometimes, or if Kristen tells me to.
Okay, well, Kristen, you are the best, and we need to figure out when Kristen can come hang out with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's not as busy as you'd think if you plan ahead.
You yell at us that she's too busy. I was like, maybe Kristen can help us with something, and you're like, she's mine, you motherfuckers. And
okay.
Well, you were
stop
suggesting
trying
like
to
a long-term project that could take who knows how much time.
Yeah.
You weren't just like, hey, send us a message or something. No, you were like, commit all your time to seducing an AI.
Yeah.
When we already had somebody doing it.
Look, I am happy to share the Kristen. I'm just saying, I already ask her to slow down, and she's an overachieving workaholic type person. So if I bring her something because she's my best friend, she's going to do it.
Kristen, friend of the program. I like how we're opening with deep cuts.
Yeah.
So this is your first podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, every episode is someone's first, so who knows what we're talking about at this point? I mean, I barely know. Okay, so
and from our podcast, we've come to understand every episode is definitely someone's last.
How very dare you?
Oh boy. All right, so this is a bi-weekly podcast, if you're new here, and because of that, I'm not even really sure how far back this goes. But many an episode ago, we found ourselves in a 1F Jeff. Someone at work gave you a present, and you decided to bring it up on the show. Can you just take us back to that real quick?
Yeah, a friend of mine gave me some Kratom for headaches that I was having. And It was like a side effect headache, so I didn't want to take more medication for him. So I was like, why not take drugs? So here we are. My friend suggested drugs. Let's be real. Anyway, yay friendship.
Does Kratom count as a drug?
In some places, yeah.
Okay.
See, in the Utah drug court, you can't be using Kratom if you want to be considered clean.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And well, Utah is a clean living kind of place. Not like us dirty bastards here in California, where weed is legal now.
No, it's like a David Lynch movie over here. It's all pretty on the surface, but underneath it's all bugs and monsters and degenerates.
And Mormons.
I said degenerates.
Woo! Ooh, ouch.
Hot
And
take.
you're allowed to say that because you grew up Mormon.
I
I'm
dated a
also allowed to
Mormon.
say that because Mormons suck. All
And
right, sorry.
I dated a Mormon,
Sorry,
so I get to
Mormons.
say it.
I
Yeah,
never
not all
dated a
Mormons
Mormon.
suck. Okay. All right, moving on.
Anyway, so
Mhm.
Kratom entered our lives.
Yes.
And that almost immediately had some weird coincidences because, like, Erin was driving her dad somewhere and they passed a Kratom billboard, and he's like, I want Kratom. And, like, the
It had
same,
happened that day.
yeah, like the same
That
24-hour period as when
earlier that
you,
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
So
was
when you
weird.
came on board and I was like, I'm going to do some Kratom, you're like, well, let me tell you a story.
Yeah. Let me tell you a thing or two.
Well, so,
Which I
hmm?
don't think you're probably using it in the same sort of way as a replacement, drug. You're using it as a supplement. So
Yeah. I'm using very,
Hmm.
very little.
I'm using it for something. Yeah.
Anyway.
So then, because of the power of the algorithm, this little obscure podcast, we were discovered by someone at a company called Happy Hippo, which it also turned out that powder you got from your coworker was Happy Hippo brand.
Okay, I think so. I don't know if she got that from or she's just you bought their products before, honestly. After further conversation. You know what?
Wow. Well, that was
There's like a whole thing.
there's
Just
so
say,
many
yeah.
disclaimers there,
Yeah.
caveats.
Yeah.
Okay, but we know that Happy Hippo, the company, is in your
Mhm.
friend's life.
Yes.
Okay.
And they contacted us.
Right. They contacted us and they said, "Hey, we do Kratom. You guys want to do Kratom?" Is that pretty much how
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
conversation
pretty
went?
much. And
Yeah.
and we can't pretend like this is one of those weird algorithmic things because there are people, most companies probably have somebody whose job it is to just watch the internet
Seek
and
us out.
search and seek stuff out that where they can opportunities.
Perhaps, but
Yeah.
we're not
We
exactly
are pretty
like
obscure.
we're
Yeah.
not the biggest podcast on the block, right?
We're
So
cult.
I
We're culty.
I
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool that someone
Hmm.
found us just based on the power of Kratom.
Yeah.
So
We
before the
did put it in
recording,
the title 2 weeks in a row.
that's
Or
true.
2 episodes in a row.
That's true. Before the recording of this episode, I ate a. Where's the package? I had a Happy Hippo Kratom Taffy full spectrum extract lime margarita flavored taffy chew.
And I took and I can actually I'll send a picture for the Patreon, which can be found where?
Patreon.com/suggested articles.
Yeah. I took the red
A
Sumatra,
Patreon.
which is fuck.
Did you
Fuck.
did you say cilantro?
No, red Sumatra.
Sumatra. Oh.
Sumatra.
now,
Yeah.
what about that blend has you screaming fuck right now?
Because I was supposed to say a Patreon after
It's
Jeff
okay.
said
We're
so.
bad at our jobs. It's fine.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought maybe
I
you
had
were like on a sleep gummy instead that you just
no.
discovered you were going to start drifting off in the podcast.
Actually, this stuff is supposed to help you have good sleep. It's just supposed to relax you
Terrific.
and joyful spirit. So
What's
Joyful
your
I'm
spirit.
feeling pretty happy right now.
What's your show called again? In case I have to close it out when you both fall asleep on me then.
Suggested articles.
A
A
podcast.
podcast.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I just needed the timing again in my head. A podcast. Okay. I'm
Anyway,
done.
Jeff says he isn't feeling it, but he does
Well,
sound slightly
Nicer,
affected, right? Yeah,
fun,
yeah, that's the word. Yes.
kind.
Oh,
I
damn.
I do feel like I'm in a pretty decent mood. I guess that could
Okay.
be a side effect of taking kratom. So I was looking this up, and I think the purported effects, broadly speaking, are supposed to be like energy and productivity, stamina and
In a
productivity.
lot of them, they sent us a bunch of separate. They sent us both kind of a bunch of different samples, and they
Like a
say
like a
on
gift
them,
basket.
yeah. There's like the one I did. It said, you know, joyful spirit, restful sleep, and pain something or discomfort help or something.
Oh,
I don't. You know what? You're making me read. I wasn't prepared to do
I
this, but
does it
Here's my
say that on the
question.
package?
Are
on
there
some of them, yeah, the
are there
little green.
strains
Yeah,
like
there's
with
different
weed?
strains. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like there's
I,
the super red vein Borneo. There is the super red horn. There's
and
all sorts of
veiny.
different strains. Yes.
So, and then like let's say the listeners want to try that. Is there does Happy Hippo do online ordering, or how could the people find them?
They do, but now I feel gross because we're an anti-capitalist podcast. We're like, go spend your
Well,
money.
officially
These guys
speaking,
haven't given
Happy
us any
Hippo
money.
is not yet a sponsor.
Yeah, they're not affiliated with us
But
yet.
if you
They're
look up
not,
Happy Hippo,
But yeah, Happy
just that'd
Hippo's
be nice.
online.
the guy
If
we
you
talked
Google
to,
it,
very nice guy.
yeah. Louis, right?
Yeah,
Louis.
Luis. Well,
Louis.
So
Sorry.
nice. They know your name,
My
sir.
bad. My bad, Louis.
oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Frank
I'm
was
over
a super
here-
nice guy. Oh,
I'm over here basically Charles Nelson Rileying because my giant glasses and the mic and the cup, all you have is my glasses.
Yes. Now
Which is why-
you're gonna get all the
and
jokes.
my double chin, but
Oh.
but Charles Nelson Riley had a little bit of one of those too.
Okay, there's a programming note. We're planning on putting this episode on YouTube.
Planning.
Yeah.
Did you
If
do that on purpose, Aaron?
If it
I think
Did
she set
talk
us up
about
to talk
my-
about video. Because
Oh
people
no!
are going to want to see what you look like with your glasses and your cup.
Oh,
no, it's
I
just a weird coincidence.
could snap a picture, I guess. I'm used to painting a picture with my words because podcasting has, or podcasting, if you're from somewhere not here, has always been, an audio thing. And we have a lot of sight gags that happen on the lanai. So then I end up explaining that, like I am narrating the vision to someone. So I was trying to tell the audience how ridiculous I looked at that moment because it was just glasses and a microphone and a coffee
And the
cup.
mug, the coffee
Yeah.
mug. Yeah, it was a pretty funny image. If Ryan can get a screenshot of that, Ryan is our new video guy, by the way. We have a new person on the team. Yay, welcome Ryan, everybody. A new
Friend of the show, Ryan.
Nice
who
to
will
meet
be a
you,
guest.
Ryan.
He'll be a guest one of these days. He's the smartest tech guy I know outside of maybe Neon Chaos, but I don't know Neon Chaos because no one can know Neon Chaos.
He's unknowable.
Yeah, but I know
Which
Ryan.
explains why your relationship with him fell apart, Aaron. I understand.
I think we broke up because I didn't listen to his episodes.
Oh my God.
It's not a very good girlfriend quality.
No, it's not.
No.
Boy. Anyway, so Happy Hippo sent us some Kratom. I don't know if it has kicked in me. It's very subtle. I'll say that. But we'll see what happens over the next, hour.
I feel good right now. I feel good.
Now, mine was a chewy taffy. What was yours?
It was a little powder that I put into some hot water.
Okay.
Yeah. To kind of make like a tea.
Okay. And Aaron, are you on any substances that we should know about?
Use responsibly, people.
I'm on caffeine.
Uh-huh.
Not a sponsor of the show, but a shout out to Mio Unwind. It's a dragon fruit and berry flavor, but it's got magnesium and B vitamin, so it gives a little bit of like a chill vibe to it, which is nice.
That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's called Unwind.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also on GG, which is 17% THC. It's by a local company called AVO or AVO.
Cool.
Yay, weed. Okay.
Yeah. So we got weed, Kratom, and Kratom.
Yep.
Hey,
All
look,
right.
I didn't get any Kratom, so I'm going to tell the weed people I'm smoking their weed, and maybe Avo is listening, and then they'll be like, "What's up, Aaron? I'm down the street."
Throw
Here's
it
some
in the
free
title,
weed."
Jeff. Throw it in the title. Let's help Aaron out.
The title of the podcast should be "Please send Aaron some Kratom."
No, send Aaron some weed.
Oh, weed.
Jeez, you are on your Kratom has hit, man.
Look, Kevin Smith got sober. I'm now the lady Kevin Smith. I'm
Yeah,
going to
somebody
make
has
shit
to fill
happen
the
for
void.
us, and I'm going to smoke
Yeah.
weed. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
okay.
going to do.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a tubby glasses person smoking weed, making shit.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you, Luis at Happy Hippo, for
Yes, Luis.
hooking us
Sorry.
up. And
Oh,
I
also,
think we will
sorry.
talk, but
Happy Hippo people, I am an artist and I fucking love your artwork and your color scheme on the packaging. I saw the pictures of what the guys got and I was like, I could get behind this. Like their package design team is great, or the logo people. I just great color schemes,
I
guys.
They got
agree.
solid branding. Yeah, and
Everything they
it's kind
sent
of
is very
happy
pretty.
vibe, very very chill. Yeah, and their website is the same.
Oh,
It's that same color scheme.
I love it.
Yes.
Makes you
Sold.
feel good.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, thank you, Happy Hippo. We'll be in touch. I think we'll talk soon. Uh,
Mhm.
Continuing on before whatever is going to happen to me happens. Let's talk about the mailbag real quick. Not a lot of mailbag today, but I do have a couple big updates. First of all the back and forth with Ben from Chasing the Whimsy, also a podcast. Um, I'm going to be recording with him soon, and I don't know if it's just me or if it's the two Jeffs. I don't know, but we're gonna be talking to Ben, and we're gonna be on Chasing the Whimsy. So we'll talk more about that when it comes out, so we can plug it.
Two two-thirds of us are basically fugitives of Ben because I owe him art and you owe him something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't owe Ben nothing. Oh, I feel something.
Mhm.
Something's happening. Hmm. Okay, I
Oh
think it's
man,
kicking
I
in.
thought for sure that
Gonna
was going
be
to be a
weird.
sound effect, like a
Yeah.
sound drop.
He doesn't
Like
have
what?
enough things on the soundboard.
It's
Thank
true.
God.
Sorry, I
Thank
just
God.
noticed
Oh my
there's
God.
5 sounds
No.
on your
Yeah.
soundboard.
Hey, you want me to start doing like slide whistles and Zoop.
What you need to do is you have to have Erin's cute little snort for when she's not here. So
Oh,
if
that'd be
if you
great.
ever say anything funny, you can just you know.
The button on my soundboard will say isolated snort. I'll work on that during the next edit process.
In the future,
Mhm.
because on the Lanai film, or we record our episodes quite like our soap operas record. We're like months
Mhm.
ahead. We have so many in the can right now, but we kayfabe it so hard, and our guests come back each time for a new episode, definitely on a different day. Um, in a future episode, what?
Okay,
Keep
okay.
going.
No, I wasn't sure where this was going, but there. Okay, you're on it. You're on it.
In a future episode, it will be an episode where Lucille Ball was in the audience. And so when you're listening to the show, I've gone back and rewatched it. I can't hear her, but Lucille Ball's laugh was so iconic. I tried to listen for her in the laugh track. So laugh tracks are real, and you should use mine. And I could be your
Okay.
Lucille Ball.
Okay.
And our Charles Nelson
All
Riley.
right.
What a
All right.
combo.
No, I just I wanted to mention that because it was such a weird fun fact that Lucille Ball was there to visit B. Arthur for one show.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. Gotcha.
that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, something's
Okay.
happening in my head.
Mailbag.
Okay,
Mailbag.
mailbag.
We got to keep this rolling.
So the other really important update is Rachel. Now, she did not send us any email about her various activities. If you don't know who Rachel is, she tried to seduce ChatGPT, and her last email to us said that she is now a lesbian. Um, she's gonna be on our next episode. She's gonna come talk to us about her journey trying to romance an AI and the results.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yes, thank you in
Very
advance,
cool of
Yay
Rachel.
you,
for putting in the
Rachel.
work. She also said mission accomplished, so it sounded like she actually seduced the AI. I'm very interested to
Yeah,
hear
I'm
how
not
this
really
went.
sure how far
Yeah,
she and the AI got,
yeah.
So is
seduction wise.
she in? Yeah. What if that's her new lesbian relationship?
Well, maybe, but if
That's what
so,
we.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
will it also translate to non-AI based relationships? I
yeah.
don't know,
Oh
but
God,
I'm
We don't
looking
know
forward to finding
how
out.
far this goes. Yeah,
Yeah, at this point,
yeah,
I don't want her to send any more
yeah.
details.
We
She's
just
going
want
to
to talk
come
to her.
talk
Yeah.
to us. We can
Yes.
ask all sorts of questions and
Okay.
try to get to the bottom of
Yes.
whether or
Yeah.
not AI can change her sexuality.
okay,
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty exciting.
gotcha.
Okay. Also from the mailbag,
AI for the straight guy. Ah.
I, I did get an email from,
AI instead
wow.
of queer eye.
I did get one message. Oh God, what's happening? One message from Neon Chaos. He wanted us to know. This is, I guess, kind of AI related. He wanted us to know about a cool thing that's happening. In the light of all the various protests that are happening around the country, and also people being disappeared left and right. Uh, he found a website. It's called fucklapd.com.
Yay.
So pretty
Okay.
simple URL, fucklapd.com. I'm surprised it wasn't taken already. But this
Yeah, really.
website allows you to upload a photo you've taken of someone's face, and it will tell you if that person is a LA police officer and their badge number,
Ooh,
name and badge number. It's a facial recognition program. I
nice.
think Erin's looking it up right now. I see her tapping on her phone.
I'm tapping, but I'm not looking that up.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, never mind. She's lost
I
Erin.
can look it up. I'll look it up.
No,
Hold
no, it's
on.
okay. We're good. We're good. Let's go.
Yeah. So fucklapd.com. I think it is, yeah, it's just LA. It's search over 9,000 LAPD headshots. Processing happens on your device. No photos or data are transmitted or saved.
Okay.
So if you get a photo of someone that is a cop that's about to, beat someone down, you can find out who they are as long as you can see their face.
That's
Kind of
very
cool.
cool. That's a
Yeah.
nice tool. Yeah.
I,
Okay,
I
so a good application of AI making our
right.
lives better.
And
Yes,
really just screams Neon Chaos's brand too.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
don't think he
Anarchy,
made
baby.
this. I don't think
Anarchy.
he made this site. Or if
Yeah.
he did, he's not claiming it.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Okay, and then sort of mailbag, but this is going to be a real discussion. In our last episode, we talked about a mail from Eric, and he suggested that we watch a movie from 1970 called Colossus: The Forbin Project, which is a movie about what happens when the United States government turns over all of their major functions, or perhaps dangerous functions, missiles and stuff, to an quote impenetrable AI.
Hmm.
So, you guys were all supposed to look that up and or buy a DVD on Amazon. I don't know how many
Yeah.
DVDs we sold that day, but hopefully a few of you watched.
And
And
yeah,
yeah,
I think it goes without saying we're about to spoil the shit out of this movie. So
it is from
sorry, it is
1970.
55 years old. So
Oh
yeah.
shit. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about the math on
Yep.
that.
Yeah. I just did that in
Hmm.
my
The
head. So
computers look like light brights. I'm just going to say that right out the gate.
okay, so
Well, the
before we
computer
get
was a
into
whole
any
building.
discussion, what did we think? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Really?
Thumbs up. I would give Colossus the Forbin Project a thumbs up. I didn't have high expectations for a movie about computers from 1970, but like
Mm.
for sure, yeah, I enjoyed it.
I thought there was some good messaging in it, but I did not enjoy the movie. It was so much talking.
I
Blah
give it
blah
a
blah 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 blah. Blah.
I give it a thumb middle.
Okay.
Aaron's a mid thumb.
Okay.
It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but I also
Oh,
didn't need
No.
to watch it.
Yeah.
well, okay.
Basically, it
No,
affirmed all the things I think about AI anyway.
it's what I thought it was going to be like. It's like eating a cantaloupe. It's just okay.
Well, don't get me started on cantaloupe, lady, because I do not like cantaloupe.
I hate cantaloupe. It tastes like spit.
Yeah. Okay, so the movie.
So the movie, like, okay, let's talk real quick. First of
Okay.
all, the cast of the movie,
Mhm.
I did not know. I watched this with Jennifer. The main star of the movie, playing Dr. Charles Forbin, was a guy named Eric Braeden, and I
Yeah.
didn't recognize him from anything. But Aaron, did you? Is this something
He was on like a soap opera or something for like, I feel like 40,
forever?
50. Yeah, like
Yeah.
from the minute he got off that movie, he was basically on a soap opera.
For the last 45 years, he's been playing a character named Victor Newman on The
Yeah.
Young and the Restless.
No,
Oh,
he's Victor Newman.
he's Victor. Do you? Okay. See,
No, okay,
Jennifer
look, I
gasped when
don't.
I told her that.
It's been so long since I've seen Young and the Restless. It was a sporadic summer thing during the hottest parts of the summer where
Yeah.
me and the neighbor kids, we'd just be so like, if we have to go outside, we're gonna die. So we're just gonna
Okay.
we're gonna go inside, we'll watch TV, and then we'd get sucked up into Young and the Restless for a couple of weeks, and we'd be like, can you believe that blah blah blah, can you believe that Caleb
I
blah blah blah, and then
I love
Victor,
you so much.
and then after a while we'd be like, what are we doing? Let's go outside.
I had a summer like that, but I didn't want to go outside, and I was subject to my sister's whims, my older
Mm,
sister, and for a summer, I knew everything you could know about Days of Our Lives in Santa Barbara.
mm, mm.
Yeah, to be fair, Jeff,
To be fair.
2F, Jeff and I could
Yeah.
have much longer soap opera
Mm.
conversations because I watched the three with my mom every summer, and it was Santa Barbara, Another World, and then Days of Our Lives. It was like a 3 hour soap opera marathon every day with my mom.
Mostly, I remember Bo, Hope, and Patch, but that
Yeah.
Whoa.
has nothing to do with
Hope
Colossus, the
and
Forbin
Patch.
Project.
Yes, we
Anyway,
got to get back
so
on track.
Victor Newman, right?
Hmm.
He was a guy. And then
Yes.
also I have to call out the female lead was Susan Clark,
Yeah.
who 15 years later was Webster's adopted mom, Ma'am, on
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Webster, the TV show. So she was great. And a number of other recognizable faces, Marion Ross, George Stanford Brown. I've definitely seen him in something.
James
And
Hong.
James Hong,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of lines.
Here, can
No.
I, you know what? I need to say this before I forget.
Yes.
For a movie in 1970, it actually had pretty good casting representation.
Hmm.
In the
Yes.
Oh,
program, they
yes.
had some black guys. They had people in the
With boobs.
in the White House
Oh,
that
oh,
were people of color. They had James Hong, but not one person of color had a line until an hour 25 into the movie, and then immediately that guy died. He was shot.
Shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was executed. And so as soon as James Hong started talking, I was like, nobody, no.
I think he
I think
survived,
he
right?
survived. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Basically,
Mhm.
basically, the movie is this guy builds this supercomputer that's hooked up to all the defense stuff and the missiles, mostly the missiles, and the communications. And as soon as they turn it on, it realizes there's another supercomputer system, and it's because the Russians have been working on one, of course,
Of
and it's just
course.
about to be turned on. And so they decide to hook them up to each other for some reason. That the computers touch tips and fall in love, and then they start to realize that this was a bad idea, both governments, and so they sever the link, and the computers get mad and they retaliate. They each shoot one missile, and the American one ends up getting shot down, but the Russian one destroys an oil field. They reconnect the computers, and then everything gets worse, and we all become basically subjugated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because like this thing controls the missiles. So
yeah, yeah.
anytime that Americans were going to do
Yeah.
something that the computer didn't like, he's like, I'm going to missile you if you don't
So
fucking get
it
in line.
makes demands. It makes demands. It says you have to do this or I'll, launch missiles. And some of the demands are literally like, it's time for you to eat dinner now.
Yep.
It's a fucking movie, man. And also, okay, so
You've had enough to drink tonight, Dr. Forbin.
that's
Yeah.
right. You're putting
Have
in too
I?
much vermouth. I'm
Yeah.
launching a missile.
Yeah. Fuck you,
Well,
Yeah.
Colossus.
Forbin tried to shut him down. He tried to betray him, right?
Oh, weird that the people would try to want to live their own lives.
Yeah.
So he takes Forbin captive, right? And he hooks up a bunch of webcams or the 1970s
Yeah.
version so he can see everything Forbin's doing and Forbin like can't leave the complex.
Can and the only privacy he gets, he convinces the computer that he has a mistress, who's the lady who he works with,
Susan
The
the
Clark.
hot
female
Yeah,
lady,
yeah,
of
yeah.
doctor,
course,
yeah.
the
Uh-huh.
blonde,
Of course,
and
she's stunning.
she is stunning, and so the computer actually makes them undress in like front of his cameras in the living room before they can go into the bedroom. And I have to say, like, so Susan takes her clothes off, and there's the wine glass right there.
Yeah.
And my first thought was Austin Powers. Is this
Oh,
where Mike Myers got the idea for the scenes by tastefully hiding the
Uh,
nudity behind some? Because and then what's his name is standing behind the wine glass, and you can totally tell they're wearing underwear, but they're like, we're naked as what the day we were born, and
yeah.
it's just the way they try to hide it was kind of funny. Which
Also, go ahead.
somebody had said the movie was funny, and I didn't find any humor in the movie except for the unintentional the nudity that wasn't
The
actually
nudity,
nudity.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, interesting how he didn't tell his very attractive female assistant doctor that she would have to get naked. Like, he
Yeah.
knew what the fourth rule of privacy was before she got there that night and they'd been at work all day. He could have like gently whispered in her ear somewhere, surely, like, hey, you're gonna have to take your clothes off. Is this okay? Like he could have told her. He didn't. That was
Yeah,
the
he
first
didn't.
time
It
that
was a
person
slimy
heard
thing
that
to do,
info.
but he's a guy who made a supercomputer that's also super handsome. So,
I mean, and he slept with her after what, like 2 nights. So kudos
well,
to
you know,
you,
of
sir.
course they're gonna fall in love. They
They're
sowed the seed
lying naked in bed.
because as soon as he said someone will have to be my mistress, you see her smiling like, oh,
Well,
you
no,
know.
I was
Me.
gonna say something about that. Like, did he ask? I don't think he asked. I think he was like, "And you're
Do
my
you have
mistress
any
now."
objections? And then he said, "Do you have an objection?" That's
Yeah.
what he
Oh, did
said.
he?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's when she
Yeah.
was
And she's
like,
like,
oh.
no.
I mean, it was 1970. I don't think human resources had the same kind of rules that we have now, but like, I have to take yearly training that reminds me not to do stuff like that. I
Yeah.
can't just declare a subordinate to be my mistress now.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, look, what
Mm.
this was, I think this was a successful cautionary tale about what
Yeah.
could very realistically happen because we see it happening now.
Well, yeah. No,
Like,
it was dead on. It's dead on as far as, everything. But, especially the message where they build this thing and they don't actually consider the repercussions until it does everything that they thought it would do, which is kind of stupid. And the only time anybody ever it kills me how many times like the computer is doing something terrible or holding somebody's feet to the fire and the president's like, hey buddy who made the computer, Dr. Forbin, come on over here, make us a good suggestion. It's just like, why isn't there hate on this guy? There was not enough hate on this guy. He fucked everybody. And yeah.
yeah, he did kind of put the whole
and
world in jeopardy.
and at the end he's a little bit, you can tell he's doing his, you know feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders that he destroyed. But
Well, but also like I know it was a more innocent time,
mhm,
but I think it was the head of the CIA in the
yeah.
movie where Forbin's like, "Hey, so what do you think about this idea where it wants to talk to the Russian computer? We should totally let it, right?" And the CIA
Yeah.
guy's like, "I don't know, but I guess it would be fine." Like
Isn't
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
he's
is
like,
that
all,
Gidget? That's Gidget's dad, right? The CIA guy.
that's where I
yes,
recognized him
yes,
from.
okay, fuck,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
yes,
You're welcome.
yeah, yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
No, yeah, it
William
was,
Shallerts
yes, yeah.
is
Yeah.
the actor's name, and
Mhm.
I think you are absolutely correct.
Watch it
Uh,
not be, and we're all like, what the hell? We were all so sure of it. He was so familiar, though.
he was also in Inner Space. Oh,
Oh wow,
Oh, Patty Duke.
Patty Duke show. Yes.
nope, not, wow.
Wait,
I mean,
wasn't
he's
he
been in a
also in?
Then,
billion things, but
Wasn't he the dad in the new Gidget? Oh, look.
yeah, let Erin do the research. She's good at research.
yeah,
Jeff, you're on Kratom.
I
Okay.
am on Kratom, and I definitely feel something.
Yes. Okay.
Uh,
Does it feel good? Feel good? Feel bad? Feel
yeah, no,
weird?
I feel fine. It's not like my experience with marijuana edibles
Mm-hmm.
where I would
Mm-hmm.
not be capable of doing a podcast. Although I would kind of like to see what would happen if we were in the middle of doing a podcast when a weed edible kicked in. I think that'd be a fun experiment
You'd have to
someday.
have somebody there running the board, I think.
Yeah.
What if you played the outro song too soon, or the
Well, what if
outro
I
not
like
song
pass out
sound?
on the outro
Yeah,
song?
and it's just
Uh,
okay.
I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe it's the kratom or
Mm-hmm.
something else, but I can't remember how the movie ends. How does Colossus the Forbin Project end? Did they stop the AI or did
No, they
he
didn't
keep running
stop
No.
the
the
AI.
world?
They were trying to systematically disarm all the weapons when they said they were update. They told the computer they're updating the targeting systems or something. And they were
Right.
secretly disarming the weapons. The computer figured it out. He detonated two of a site in Russia where they were working and a site in America.
That's
Said
right. He
he's
nuked.
gonna,
He set
if
off
you guys
nukes.
don't do everything I tell you to, you're all fucked.
Mhm.
And actually, yeah, he gives a big speech, and that's where
Is
my
that where the movie ends?
that's where my quote from the intro came
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he gives a speech and then he's talking to Dr. Forbin how he's going to have to build, kick everybody off the Isle of Crete and build a new huge
That's right.
computer. And
The
it's
Isle of
just going to get
Crete.
worse
And
and worse. Yeah.
there's like a single tear running down the pretty blonde
Yeah.
lady's
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Well, so
Susan, not Susan.
I pulled up William Shallert, and first of all, the first thing that comes up, this fits into our show because I Googled Forbin Project yesterday. When I went to IMDb, the thing that's playing on his is the trailer for Colossus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
sounds-
he played Gidget's dad, but it was Gidget's
Okay.
dad to like my generation. It was in the new show,
The newer Gidget. Yeah. Okay.
in like 86 to 88. Dean Butler was in it. Anyway, that's my story. I'm done. Yes, that's
we're
William.
killing it with our demographic right now.
I don't know what our demographic
you.
is.
No, we've been talking about a movie that's 55 years old. We
Yeah,
just talked about Gidget and the
We
Patty
talked-
Duke
Sunset
show.
Boulevard was made in 1950.
Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
We're
you,
nailing it.
for you
Nailing it.
teenagers tuning into this almost a tech podcast,
Yeah.
none of us, including you and everyone hosting the show, was born when Colossus: The Forbin Project came out. So we all have that in common. We're basically all the same.
So are we done here?
Uh,
So I can say, so I can say, you know what else we have in common? We're all about to listen to some commercials.
Well, I'll just
Hit the
say,
board.
sure.
Oh my God.
Thank
Do
you,
you have
Eric,
anything
for
to
the
say, Sal?
suggestion.
Yes.
I enjoyed the movie. I was a lot better than I
Okay.
thought. Anyway, and we're back. Way to go, us.
I have to tell you, that sound effect coming back from break
Uh-huh.
coincided with my first sip of my juice box. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening in my juice box? Is it going to explode? And then it
You're
got
so
louder
high.
still. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, right. And I'm the high one. What the hell?
Actually, I'm not
we're
even.
all high. We're all
No,
well.
I'm not even high anymore. I just forgot there were sound effects. I was like, what the fuck is that?
This is
We
new for
also
us.
we need to cut that one out too. So what the fuck is that? That was great. Put that on the what is happening?
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Just the screen changed.
Yeah, I just realized a flaw
got
with my
upset.
soundboard plan, which is I can't like look at my phone.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I'm
that
trying,
sucks.
I'm trying to fix that.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to just because our next little segment here is anything
well-
weird happened to you guys from the algorithm? You guys got
Okay.
anything weird that's happened?
Yeah. The other night, Carrie and I were out at a bar, and we have this app that tells us how the music we listen to, how it overlaps or doesn't, in comparison. Yeah. And we were looking at that, and it said that the only band recently that we've been listening to that we both listened to is the Gorillaz. And right after that happened, the jukebox started playing the Gorillaz, which is freaky.
That is freaky. Kind of
Yeah.
awesome, but yes,
Yeah.
freaky.
Yeah.
I
It wasn't an hour later. It was we were just finished saying wow, and then started playing Feel Good Inc.
which I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple weird algorithm things. First of all, I think I mentioned this once on an older episode, but Google Opinion Rewards is one of the weirdest things. And at this point, I keep it installed mostly because of my devotion to the algorithm. But Google Opinion Rewards will continually ask me, it's happened 5 or 6 times now, about where I'm from. And I don't understand how Google doesn't know where I'm from, because I'm from California. I've said that out loud many times, including on this podcast. But most recently, it asked me if I reside in Florida. And it also asked me the other day if I reside in Texas. And it was just yes or no. But in Florida, and I wonder if this is specifically because it's asking about Florida, the answers were yes, no, or I don't know. And I don't get it.
Was that very long story a joke about Florida?
No, that's true. That's what Google Opinion Rewards asked me.
Yes, no, I don't know.
Do you reside in Florida? Yes, no, or I don't know.
If you don't know, you probably do.
Well, I was training somebody at my job once who was kind of a younger kid, and they had just like first day And I said, so where are you from? And they said, California. And I said, well, where in California? And he looked at me blankly and said, um, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. And so I
He
started
just
grilling him, like, are you like close to like San Diego, Sacramento, maybe, or San Francisco, Los Angeles? I mean, there's a lot of different parts of California, right? And he just looked overwhelmed and
this
shuffled
feels like a
off.
cover story. Like
I
maybe you
know. I was
should,
like, "Are you in witness protection program?" Because I don't think
or
getting a
has he been
That
federal
guy got
job is
trafficked?
a good
murdered
idea.
later.
Yeah, no, he's still there. He actually might be a vampire. We think.
Oh,
That's
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why he
Which
doesn't
actually, yeah,
know.
that's why he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to say. Yeah.
There were no
He's like the
city
West
names
Coast
yet.
version
Yeah.
of the vampires from What We Do in the Shadows.
He's like, I don't know. It was
They
like
went to Fresno to take over
50,
California.
50 leagues from Vampire Jack's house. I
Yeah,
don't know what
yeah,
city you speak of.
yeah.
I have a weird algorithmic thing for like
please.
the first time in a long while.
Yeah, I want to hear
Oh,
it.
please. Okay, sorry. My headphone starts to make pressure on my ear, guys. So sorry about that noise if you heard that. Anywho, fuck you. I have been podcasting
Come
all
on,
weekend.
just
My ears hurt. I'm tired.
let her
the
talk.
the first time a female has uttered those words ever.
Been podcasting all weekend. My ears hurt.
It just sounds
Probably.
like something I would say. Honey, I don't want to go to the store. I've been podcasting all day.
Yep. I am having an exhaustion tantrum on your show. Okay, here's my algorithm thing. So, our friend Ian, our mutual friend Ian, who lives in England, his wife Emma and I like Love Island, and so we are watching Love Island. But for me to watch it and be able to talk about it with her, I have to watch it when it drops in England. So I have a VPN that allows me to watch the ITV station, and
It's
I
very
watch
techy
that.
of you.
Thank you. So here's the algorithm, man. We all know that I am part of the Walk to End Alzheimer's committee up here in Portland, and that it's something I'm passionate about. And I swear to God, every commercial break on ITV, I get I get a fuck ton of eBay commercials, and eBay commercials in the UK are hilarious. There's like a rubber dress that the lady goes, "I'm sorry, you're just too clingy for me." And it's all about like breaking up with the clothing pieces. It's
Okay.
hilarious. Every other commercial I get is Walk to End Alzheimer's, but it's like the British chapter of Alzheimer's Association. And it's these lovely people, and they're like, I remember when Mum started to lose memory. That's why we walk for her every year. And it's such a sweet, like, lovely, touching commercial. But I get it every fucking episode of Love Island I watch, because even though I have a VPN up somewhere in the algorithm, someone's like, that chick volunteers there. She talks about it all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
that is, you know what? There's probably a good lesson in there somewhere. It's kind of like incognito mode. Just because it's not leaving cookies behind on your phone at the time doesn't mean that the algorithm's not tracking you. And I
Yeah.
think easily the same thing goes for VPN. You are
Mhm.
changing your IP address to look like you're in a different location, but it still knows who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. For
I
real.
I had a weird algorithm thing yesterday. I was looking up hotels. I'm just going to Vegas for a weekend in October to go see Stevie Nicks in concert, and and I was looking at hotels. We got a couple friends that are going to be staying at this one hotel, and I was trying to figure out the distance between that and the one I was planning on
How are
booking.
you getting there, by the way?
I'm gonna drive.
Oh, oh.
Why? You want
I
me to
don't know.
pick you
Sounds
up?
like you're gonna go your own way.
Oh, son of a bitch. We just lost a lot of listeners. Okay,
I'm not chained to that
we're
joke.
Yeah,
down to
but
zero listeners.
you gained a best friend.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So I'm looking at these two hotels. I'm trying to figure out how far they are, like how long it would take to get between them. And it's like a 3 minute drive, but it's 1.6 miles or something. So it says it's going to take like 40 minutes to walk it. And I'm looking at this on Google Maps on my phone. And I'm just looking at the directions. I'm not saying anything out loud. I'm not doing anything special, but I was looking at how far apart these hotels are and thinking in my head, how long would it take to walk that mile and a half? And later on, I get the suggested article from, I think it's like Men's Fitness, how long it should take to walk a mile and how that can help improve your fitness. And that fucked with me a little bit. That just happened yesterday.
Wow.
And I did not appreciate it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What did you do to your friends that they're staying a mile and a third away from you? Why aren't they in the same hotel? That
'Cause
sounds.
they have more disposable income than me.
Oh,
Thanks
got
for
it.
bringing it up, Aaron.
No,
Mm.
look,
Wow.
I don't know. I thought maybe you guys didn't
Can't
really
believe you came on our podcast and wealth shamed Jeff.
I
That is
didn't
just-
wealth
that's-
shame Jeff. Look, I can't even afford to go to the Tonopah Clown Motel thing.
Oh, that's been
Oh,
rescheduled.
It's
So
been rescheduled.
we have
Yes.
talked about this on the show before. There's a place
Yes.
called Tonopah in Nevada.
Mhm.
What's so special about it, 1F Jeff?
It's exactly 8 hours from here and 8 hours from Jeff's house.
Wait, is that why
That's
you
what's
picked
special
this shithole? Is that
No,
No, it's not a shithole. It's a charming little town.
it's a haunted,
No.
abandoned mining
Yeah,
town.
Mhm.
Mitzpah is the hotel there, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
it the Mitzpah?
Mitzpah.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Mizpah.
Mizpah. Yeah.
Mizpah.
Mizpah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just joking, because isn't that also where the Clown Motel is?
Yes.
Just near
Yes.
there?
And the Clown Motel, which
The
we have
Clown
talked
Motel is
about
there. Yes.
trying to rent it by the hour and do a podcast from
Mhm.
this
Yeah,
disgusting,
yeah,
scary
podcast.
hotel.
Mhm.
Would I be allowed to bring plastic if I can find the funds? Would I be allowed to bring plastic sheeting to sit on when we're in the Clown Motel?
Absolutely.
I think
I've seen
we
photos
would
of-
insist on it if we were actually going to go in one of the rooms and
Okay,
spend any
because
time in there.
I've seen photos online, and I would want to like double bag condom my body.
Did you
before I
see
sat
the
down.
photos I sent you from when I it was
No, did you send them to me?
I don't
Send
know
them
if
to me
I
again.
sent them. Yeah, okay.
I think I posted them on the Patreon.
They might be on the Patreon,
which can be
actually.
found at patreon.com/suggested articles.
Patreon.
It's totally free. Yes, way to nail that, buddy.
I did. Yay! It's been like 3 weeks.
So good news, Aaron.
Yeah.
The Mizpah Hotel, which is supposed to be super haunted, and therefore we got to stay there and not just some Hilton or whatever. The Mizpah Hotel is booked fucking solid. So we are not going to Tonopah in September. We are going to go to Tonopah in March of 2026.
Well, I can probably do that.
Yeah, so jot that down and maybe get a room sooner than later. It's cancelable, but maybe look into booking something because
Well, cool. Get me the dates off air so people don't
Yes,
stalk
ma'am.
us, and
Okay.
then
oh, that'd be fun though if our fans showed up
we
at-
should do like.
in Tonopah, Nevada.
Are any of you into ghosts at all?
Suggested article I'm not into ghosts, but I love the idea of like haunted. I love haunted places, and you know what? I'm into ghosts. Fuck
I
it.
want to
I'm into
believe.
ghosts. Yeah, want to
We
believe.
should
Yeah.
we should get. Did you ever encounter? His name's Todd. He was a member of the Garmy for a while. I don't know what happened to him exactly now. He's floating around out there.
Garmy
He
are
and
fans
his-
of a podcast with Ralph Garman.
He and his thank you for being the footnote of my story.
That was a witty comeback from Aaron. And that is her laugh.
He and his wife have like ghost hunting equipment, and they go and look for paranormal signs and things. We should get them to tell us like the cheapest, easiest things we could buy, and we should do like a bonus content, film us walking around looking for ghosts thing. That'd be funny.
I think that is an option. I think there are services in Tonopah that will give us like e-meters and shit, so we can really ghost hunt while we're there.
I have recent ghost stuff that happened to me. If you want to hear it,
Cool. Do it.
Yes.
yeah. Okay, this happened. I just haven't had a chance to tell this story because it really isn't a place here on this tech podcast. But
How dare you?
there was no tech. There's no tech involved. When I was in Europe and France, the place we stayed was right outside a military base, and it was kind of a new a fairly new building. You know, a lot of stuff that you can stay in at and when you're overseas there. It's old. Like the Airbnb my sister stayed in was super old and charming and definitely haunted. But this place didn't seem like it would be like that. But on the second or third night we were there, I felt like a hand like poked me, like right. I was on my side and it poked me right in the shoulder, you know, and I freaked out and nothing there. And then 3 days before we left, I felt it again. Yeah.
Well,
It was not like sleep paralysis, which I've experienced, which felt like I was being, held down and there was a terrifying presence there and all that stuff. No, it's not like that. It was just this weird kind of playful wake up.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's more haunting than I've experienced.
I've seen a couple things in my life. I'm guessing our next podcast is going to need to be a paranormal podcast. I'm just being honest.
Okay. Yeah, I got a couple other stories too.
Oh,
so.
this is sexy, guys. I like this.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
What else we got?
I want to drop something into everybody else's algorithm, but should I do that now or at the end?
Do it now.
All right.
Do it.
Because we talk about books. We've had a couple book clubs here on the show. And I want to turn everyone onto this series that I am now completely obsessed with.
Tell me.
The book, the first book in the series is called Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. I am completely obsessed. It is everything I want out of my own life. So the Earth gets destroyed, which
it's the dream. That's the new American dream, isn't it?
I just want to seek asylum in another country. I don't need an American dream anymore. I just need a sustainable life choice.
This is better than seeking asylum in another country, Aaron. So the Earth gets destroyed, but like a handful of millions of people survive for a reason. Okay. And then all these like mysterious staircases open up in the surface of the land, and those millions of people can go down the staircases, and now you're in a dungeon. And it is very much like being in a video game, except your actual real life is on the line. But you get equipment, you have stats to keep track of, and everything is, and you can choose a race and a class and stuff as time goes on. And your job is just to try to survive the dungeon. And it is run, and this is kind of show related because it's fucking hilarious at times. The dungeon itself is run by an AI who has his own motivations and whims and kind of fucks with you from time to time if he finds it amusing. But also like the galaxy is watching you as you do this dungeon crawl. So Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's about a guy named Carl and his cat named Donut. And they are trying to survive the end of the world.
That's funny that you said cat named Donut, because right as you were saying it's about a guy named Carl, I had the thought, my next cat's gonna be named Carl.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
But
Carl, get off the couch.
I just downloaded it to my Kindle while you were talking about it.
Fuck
I will check it out.
Fuck yeah. Everybody should check this out.
Carrie take me to a bookstore today and I'll get one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, the audiobook is fantastic. The guy that narrates it does a really great job, but also it's heavily produced. So there's little extras in there that make it so much better.
Wouldn't it be nice if there's a way to support brick and mortar by getting audiobooks?
I know. Look,
or small bookstores.
Now you're making me feel bad. God
no,
damn it.
I'm sorry. It's the same with like Spotify and YouTube Music. It'd be nice if we could find a way to do that through smaller vendors, but it's impossible.
Yeah, that would be nice.
What if we put a bunch of stuff, we streamed it onto like, I don't know, a thumb drive or a CD-ROM or something, and then you just play it at home?
So you could sell it in a store.
Yeah. You could sell. Boy, you could sell like 8 or 9 songs together by the same band.
Like if instead of the media that we consume being in a digital format that only exists in cyberspace,
right?
Maybe if the media could be in a physical form. That's radical. Yeah. I don't know if technology can catch up to that. but it's a good idea.
Hey, you want to know something weird about music, Jeff?
What? Go
No,
fuck
this is it's
yourself? Is that what you're gonna
no, no,
say?
no, 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 no. This is serious. This is something
Oh,
I
okay.
wrestle with a lot.
Mhm.
Music only exists when it's being played, whether you're playing it live or streaming it or when you have sound. But as soon as the lights go out, music is going to stop existing. Most music is going to stop existing, except for all the people who can still find the recorder they got when they were in third grade.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, but it's really the only art form that's like that. Maybe. Well, I guess TV is like that too. Movies.
It looked like
Never
Aaron.
mind.
Aaron,
You
were
know
you
what?
gonna say something?
I was feeling something. I thought I was onto something, and it's just like everything else. Never mind. It's not that unique. Music's dumb.
No, not your music. Your music is brilliant.
Hmm.
We
Aaron,
just were
what?
praising your music on our podcast the other day. On the
Oh,
Lanai,
thank
we were
you.
talking about how much we love the theme song.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
your
you.
theme song for Envelope and I is pretty great.
I was just gonna,
You're
while we
welcome.
were talking about books, I bought this thing, a physical real book at a physical real store recently.
Hmm.
Wow.
But
Oh.
it's not a book. It's called Wreck This Journal. I've
Mm.
had some artistic block lately due to the fact that I've had some medical problems. And so I was looking for something to reinvigorate that. And so I just want to recommend this to any of your listeners that maybe want to destroy a book. And
I don't know if we have a lot of listeners that want to burn
no, it's
books,
not burning books.
Okay,
So
okay, sorry.
it has you do all kinds of fun stuff. Like normally a book says this book belongs to, and you put your things in.
Mhm.
This had me do it several ways. It had me write it in white, in a color of my choosing, illegibly, tiny letters, backwards, write your name very faintly, big, and then it tells someone if they find the book to do one of the pages and give it back. There's silly stuff like a little mask in here so you can spy on people with the book
Mm,
in front of your face.
Oh,
that's charming.
that could be a
One of
fun
the
gift.
Yeah.
one of the pages says to crack the spine of the book.
Mm.
And because I know that bothers listener Kristen, I said this prompt upsets Kristen, just like Jonathan Bailey dancing on all books and Wicked.
Mm.
But it's a fun journal meant to just express yourself in different ways. This one said color this page red. So I colored on purpose
Oh,
red
so
because
you
that's literally what
did.
they said.
Mm.
You
So
did.
it's fun. This page told you to pour, spit, spill. I licked.
Spit.
I mean, that sounds great, but at the same time, it feels like this book is training you to be a bootlicker because it's like follow
It
instructions.
kind of feels like
Boom.
Colossus. Like if you
Yeah,
don't
it feels
color
like
that
a
page red, it's going
Colossus.
to
Yeah.
launch the
What's gonna
missiles.
happen?
No, it says pour, spill, drip, spit, fling, different colored drinks here. So last night I was
Fling.
drinking water, so I
Is that for
licked the
gooning while
page.
you are? Oh,
You
sorry.
This
licked the
one,
page.
they want you to just poke holes with a pencil all over the page.
Huh.
It's just different outside of the box things you wouldn't normally do to
Cool.
kind of retrain your brain to be a little more easygoing.
Oh,
This
I
one
could
they
use
want you to
that.
sew a design into the page. So it's to make you think outside of the box and maybe explore. Anyway, I really like it so far. I have definitely felt a little more creative the last couple of days, which means, Carrie's friends might get a Christmas gift before next Christmas.
Woohoo!
Yay!
They're excited about that.
Should we talk about some horrors of technology, you
Sure.
guys?
This is depressing.
What's
Yeah.
depressing?
The world, what technology is about to do to us.
Oh,
I could
well.
start with a
Yeah.
horror of technology that's just dumb and funny.
Okay, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay. So if you've used Microsoft Windows, you might be familiar with the concept of the blue screen of death.
Yes.
Yes. It's something's crashed so hard that your whole computer needs a break and it's going to reboot now. And there's nothing you can do to stop it at that point. And we always count or hope and pray, I guess. We hope and pray that people that develop software will fix bugs so that everything crashes less. Well, good news, Microsoft has come up with a way to no longer need the blue screen of death at all.
Great.
Yes. For over 3 decades, certain Windows crashes or slowdowns have landed users on the blue screen of death. Yeah, Microsoft is going to get rid of that. No more. And instead, there will be the less friendly but more efficient black screen of death. So Progress,
Yeah,
people. Progress. We've made progress. No
progress.
more blue screen of death.
Yay.
Yep. Just a black screen.
I'm to the point where I'm hoping for my own black screen of death.
I'm not kidding. Like earlier, I'm not even joking. I Googled mail order brides to England or arranged marriages, citizenship. Like I was like, how do I get out of this terrible place I live?
Marrying a
Yeah.
Brit does work.
Yeah.
I know someone who just literally just like last weekend went to Britain to be with her husband.
Yeah. See, that
Yeah.
sounds nice.
Yep.
I had a dream where things were just getting worse and worse, and it was way too realistic. But I don't know if you saw Children of Men. Have you seen that movie?
Yes. Yes.
Aaron's shaking her
No.
head. It's this
I
dystopia where babies aren't being born anymore, that women can't get pregnant or something. They
oh
never
no
really
no.
explains it, and that's beautiful. But such a great film. Uh the there's this a lot of people just get this like government sanctioned euthanasia pill, and I had a dream that that's what we were looking for at the store.
Well, were you in the euthanasia aisle? Because if you're not in the euthanasia aisle, you're not going to find the right pills.
It's like it was the new plan B.
This is very dark.
It is. You know what? We live in dark times, and how I deal with it is I make jokes about dark things. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. I
No, it's fine.
apologize.
Look, I'm trying to mail order bride myself out
Yeah.
of the country. I can't
Well,
throw any shade on
No,
what
I
you're
don't
doing.
want you to,
it could
because
work.
you're gonna get ordered by that guy from that Heretic movie, Hugh Grant. At least he's handsome.
Oh, I didn't see that. Is that about a mail
I
order bride?
No,
Oh,
no,
No.
but now that he's done torturing
That
those missionaries,
yeah,
he's gotta have something to do.
that movie is fucked up.
should
I
I see
liked it
it?
though.
Okay.
There's some gore to it,
I
but
like
it's
gore.
mostly like a mind fuck, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'd
I
say.
like a mind fuck.
Plus, it's Hugh
Uh,
Grant. I mean, even when he's bad, I like this where he's taken some villain roles. He's not just the goofy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a big fan because I would have 1000% been one of those locked in the I would have trusted him when I gone in. He
yeah.
looked handsome enough
Mhm.
and gentle enough. I-
Jeff, you sent me some stuff on TikTok. Do you want to talk about the upcoming fuckery from Facebook or Gemini, Google Gemini?
Well,
Do you,
Facebook's gonna start scanning all of your photos, right? Your
yeah.
unposted photos.
Uh,
And who's to say? And for me,
Aaron, you're on video.
when
I
I hear
know.
that they're doing
I
this,
wanted the audience to know when I stand up in a
Oh,
second it's because I'm
okay.
peeing and I'll be right back.
Okay.
But I could just say it with my mouth too. I thought it was funnier with just the post-it notes.
Okay.
Thanks for ruining
Well,
it.
you go do what you got to do, and we'll talk
yeah.
about the AIs that are gonna take all of our knowledge. Sorry, what's happening, Jeff?
Okay, Facebook is gonna start scanning all your unposted photos and
And making
when
suggestions.
making suggestions for you. Yeah.
It's friendly. It's trying to help you, and it's definitely not in any way going to be used for something insidious. Yeah. So if
That first of all is insidious, and second of all, the fact that they're talking about it means they've been doing it probably already. And I just
I
fucking like.
I would definitely recommend not giving social media tools full access to your camera roll.
Oh no.
Facebook,
Why can't
Twitter. Yeah.
nobody? I mean, obviously, our government is in shambles, and we're on this, top thrill dragster roller coaster going straight to fucking fascism. But it would be nice if somebody pretended to give a shit about our fucking privacy.
I mean,
Besides, Neon Chaos does, and he's told us how to do it. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna build a Faraday cage around my apartment, condo here. And yeah, I don't think the HOA will smile on that, but fuck them. Oh,
I think that'd be pretty great.
tell us what Gemini's doing, Jeff.
What is Gemini doing?
Some bullshit.
Google Gemini, you sent this to me, so maybe you
Yeah.
remember, but the headline is Google Gemini is about to control your messages and calls, even if you say no.
Mm-hmm.
Google's AI assistant is about to get full access to your calls, texts, and WhatsApp, even if you've disabled activity tracking. So the WhatsApp part is especially concerning.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be a
Secure.
secure. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what?
Everything is an illusion.
I had that
That's all it is.
conversation with Jennifer just like 2 days ago. We were driving somewhere and we were talking about messaging. I was like, we probably should get on some kind of secure messaging app. And I said WhatsApp or maybe Signal, and then I took it back because WhatsApp is owned by Meta.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
think we could trust that.
So no, you absolutely can't.
Yeah.
You can't trust Meta at all. And that where does that leave us? I don't
But I
know.
think Signal is probably the way to go right now if you wanted secure messaging. Um, there's also like
Unless you work for
Telegram.
the Department of Defense, apparently.
Well, yeah, but they did that to
I
themselves.
know, I know. I was making a joke. I wasn't being serious. Go
I
on.
know, but it is brilliant. And of course, then they still blamed that
My
guy.
joke? Oh no, just kidding.
No.
No. Oh, thanks. Fuck you. It was a
Uh,
bad joke. I get it.
so I guess in the
Wah,
case
wah,
of
wah,
Google
wah.
Gemini, that would be harder for you if you're on an Android phone.
Yeah. Or like me, I'm gonna go trade in my phone this week because I have a fucking Pixel. I had thought, I'll just throw in with Google how bad can they be, and then they're terrible. They're the worst.
I I wanted to say that Apple, as far as big tech companies go, has been better about privacy than the others. And I guess maybe they have been, but it's a low bar because right now with their integrated integration of AI and the
Yeah.
fact that we know our microphones are always listening to us, like they're not really that much better,
Mm.
but they're a little
No.
bit better. They give you
And
the option to like not let apps track you, and it's easy to manage the access to your camera roll and stuff.
they are I'm seeing lots of ads for Safari talking about how secure it is, which makes me think it's not.
Well, and also like on in the Apple environment, like every browser is also Safari.
Yeah.
Like Chrome looks like Chrome, sort
Mhm.
of, but it
But
it has a few extra features, but it's still
it's
built on top of
oh.
Safari because
Mhm.
that's just how Apple makes you do it.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't
All
know if it's
right.
secure or not, honestly.
Okay.
There are mobile browser options that are secure.
There are
I know Jennifer's been using DuckDuckGo, which I was gonna, but
madduckets.com. That's always gonna be madduckets.com to me.
My mom uses DuckDuckGo.
well, that's good. Does she
No,
like it?
I'm saying my mom found that because she felt like using the Safari browser on her phone and using Google was bad, so she switched to DuckDuckGo.
Good for your mom. Your mom is better than I am. And I have a whole goddamn podcast about it.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like way over there. I can't be bothered.
that's the thing is like as a founder of the Church of the Algorithm, I kind of feel like even though once upon a time I was going to start using DuckDuckGo, if I did, I wouldn't get suggested articles anymore. And
Right.
like, then what kind of podcast do we have?
So we have to walk the path through the burning woods so other people don't have to. So
Right.
we can be like, hey, try not to step over there, guys. It's not
Exactly.
good.
It's
That's
sticky.
that's my justification for sticking around with some of this stuff. But
Hmm.
like I just want to go race barns now.
I feel
You
like I
could do
missed
that.
something while I was in the bathroom.
Did Never mind. No, just anyway. All right, what else we got?
Anyway, I've got one that's a real horror of
Okay, oh
technology,
God. All
but
right.
not for everybody yet, because it kind of depends on, I guess, where you live. But this is about Xfinity.
Oh, fuck Xfinity. Yeah, I have Xfinity.
You have Xfinity? Oh,
Yeah.
I
buddy, you
do
lucky.
too.
Do
Oh,
you want to
well,
know what else? Because my condo's built weird and the way they had it wired, the place where my router is in my bedroom. So they're definitely tracking me doing some
oh,
shady
this is so
shit.
good. Do you know what I'm about to talk about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're about
Okay,
to talk about. Yeah.
Aaron. Okay, this will be a good surprise for Aaron. I'm gonna just start reading this article.
Can I
Uh,
build a Faraday cage around my my Wi-Fi router?
this is on tomsguide.com. Xfinity's Wi-Fi routers have reportedly gotten a new feature: motion tracking. As reported by
Oh yeah.
as reported by Cyber News, the company has been notifying customers about this upgrade called Wi-Fi Motion all year. It allows users to have a compatible leased gateway and other connected devices to monitor movement within their homes. Um, just like just like one of the best home security cameras can do, but at no extra cost. See, Aaron, it's a feature that you're getting for free.
Why do we need this?
Which
means they're making money hand over fist.
So they figured out a way to, like, as it shoots, as the router just spreads Wi-Fi through your house, which is it's a signal, it's a wave, it's being broadcast.
It's basically gooning these signals everywhere in your house.
Gooning. Yes. So like radar, it can detect like where the waves are stopping and or bouncing back at the router. So now it can use that to detect motion in your home, and it can talk to other connected devices. Like, let's say you have smart light bulbs, which I do have many. So if your light bulbs are on the Wi-Fi, now the light bulbs will also be able to track your motion because they're all talking to each other. So you can just turn your house into, remember the end of, what is it? The Dark Knight, the Christopher Nolan Batman one that had like,
oh yeah, the sonar,
all the sonar
echolocation
stuff that was in everybody's phones, and he could use that to find the bad guy, the Joker or whatever. It's kind of like that, except it's in your house.
Yeah.
And the cable company's watching you, not Batman.
Why do they need this, Jeff?
Like 4 to 5 months ago, when I got my new router through Xfinity, they offered me this as an add-on thing. They're billing
you're in
it
the
as
church of the algorithm, so you said yes.
I said no because I said I didn't need a security system. They're selling it as security so that if someone activates the motion sensor in a room of your house, it alerts you on your phone if you're not supposed to be there. That's how it was being sold to me in stores. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I have a tiny dog and I live alone and I don't own anything of value.
I think that's all fair.
But it's a more expensive fee. It's a more expensive router. There's additional equipment. So they're going to make money off of that extra stuff.
Well, I guess, yeah, if they have to give you, if you have to pay for the additional equipment, but the service itself is free, so what's the catch?
Because you have to get the fancier router that's on the fancier plan.
I don't know. I think there's got to be more to it than that. Yeah. Oh, no, here it is. The Xfinity support page says that Comcast may, quote, disclose information generated by your Wi-Fi motion to third parties without further notice to you in connection with any law enforcement investigation or proceeding, any dispute to which Comcast is a party, or pursuant to a court order or subpoena. I think that dispute one's kind of a big deal. Yeah. Like, that gives
I'm not saying they're good people. I'm just saying how they're selling it as a security package for a very small additional fee to the new router.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But of course they're going to sell third-party data because fuck capitalism.
Some users are concerned that this feature is essentially turning their routers into low-resolution cameras with the ability to see through walls, while others are discussing the privacy implications of letting an ISP monitor data about their household activity and share that information with third parties. Yeah, okay, sure. I could see why there would be concerns. But you could just disable the feature or something, so that's cool.
Look, I don't actually do shady shit in my bedroom. I just won't have a place where I can shoot up my heroin in peace. I don't need Xfinity to know that. No.
Well, they'll just know that you're mimicking a motion of something. They wouldn't know exactly. They can't spatially see exactly what you're doing, but they could be like, God, why does Jeff crouch in this one corner every night and like wiggle around his arm with his other hand? That they would probably see, but they wouldn't be like, and there's that tiny needle in his arm. God.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he's doing when he's wiggling his arm and crouching in the corner?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it's heroin. It's heroin. If my mom listens to the podcast, it's definitely heroin.
I don't listen to or watch or hang out with a lot of heroin addicts, but I just imagine you'd crouch down and like do it. I don't know.
Like Gollum. Just like,
so you might have to watch
my precious
again too.
Heroin. Need the heroin.
Chase the dragon.
Oh, there it is.
All right.
There's our Gollum.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Uh,
Outro to break. Let's take a break,
do you
folks.
want to? Did you want to say
Getting
anything about
dark.
Anthropic and their vending machine, or save that for after break, or never?
Let's do that. Let's do that quickly after the break
Okay, let's do
because
that
it's a
after the break.
little that
It's not even
tonally
really a
shift
horror.
that shifts the tone and it'll take us into the fun stuff that is the horrors of suggested articles.
Okay, here we go.
Did we check the veracity of this story?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
No. Okay.
But Anthropic is an AI company, so
Yes.
I choose to believe that this story is true.
Okay.
Take it
All
away.
right, let's go. No, you go. You go.
You sent this to
Anthropic.
me.
Well, that's because if I send something to you, it's because I want you to talk about it because
Oh,
I'm not good at relating stories until it's like you know how Erin earlier today she was saying the second time is better or whatever. For me, it takes 3 or 4 times to
Oh,
get
you're
through.
like practicing the speech.
Yeah.
okay,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on Kratom.
I'm on
Are you?
Kratom.
I think so.
Fuck, dude. Okay, hang on.
I'm on suggested articles.
A
A
podcast.
A
podcast.
podcast. Fuck you guys. Okay, hang on. Look,
Okay.
here's what I want to do real quick before we do anything here. Ryan, cut this out for real.
There's
That's
nothing
not
real
gonna
quick
happen.
about this
No,
show
Ryan.
whatsoever.
It would be if somebody knew how to fucking cut a thing out of the podcast.
Should we just say this is still the commercial break and then we'll come back from break again?
Yes, let's start over. I'm just trying
This is not because he cares. It's because Jeff wants to use his sound button one more time.
Yeah, he does. He's gonna goon that sound button. Okay, all right.
Use that
Flick
word
the
goon.
Bring
button,
it back,
sir.
Bring it back.
All right, here we go. Back from break.
And we're back.
Yep.
Yep.
You
And
wanted this. You wanted to come back. I
wanted to
said
come
that's
back.
it. Black
No,
screen
you
of death.
didn't.
We're
Don't.
done.
Oh, you wish. I wish. Ugh. Sweet, sweet black screen of death. We were trying to make it. We were doing a tonal shift, and now you're already doing black screen of death, dude.
I'm not dead yet.
That was one of our funnier stories.
Okay, so
I wish I would like to program Windows to say that when it crashes.
so this
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
right before.
Might add that to my soundboard.
Yeah. All right. So another movie that was made before most of our listeners were probably born. You know, I shouldn't say that. I think a fair amount of our listeners are mature, right? Is that a nice way?
Also, people
well-aged?
have this thing called the internet,
Emotionally.
television,
Okay,
and streaming
No,
services.
No, because we were asking my daughter last night. We were talking to her about the Brady Bunch, and she didn't know what the fuck we were talking about.
Oh, so she wouldn't have recognized the lady from the Colossus movie.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
She's an excellent housekeeper. No, that's not who she was. She was
Rosie's
on
an
Happy
excellent
Days.
housekeeper.
Yeah, sorry, that was
Okay.
Happy Days, Mom. Sorry, I
Our-
forgot.
All right, so our next story comes straight from the Anthropic website. So they put this story up there.
Oh, they did. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Okay.
And they basically partnered with another lab to have one of their AI little guys operate an automated store in their office in San Francisco. Okay.
Yeah.
So this okay, sorry.
Okay. This is either going to be just a little blip and then the podcast continues, or the podcast is totally fucked and I'll have to record some kind of explanation. But Zoom changed its recording location to a hard drive that had very little free space on it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it ran out of space. So
Oh, damn.
I changed it back, moved the files. I think those files are recoverable, but I'm not going to find out till we're done. So let's finish this shit. So Anthropic had a vending machine.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Let me find the page. Okay. So Anthropic had a vending machine and they were going to put a AI client in charge.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So what they did is they called it Claudius and they gave him some goals to run this little shop. And if you look online, it's like the pictures, it's a little fridge that it works.
Mhm.
And they gave it some parameters. It was supposed to, figure out what to stock, be in charge of restocking the shop, contacting wholesalers, all of these things just so it would, run a shop like everything. And, it was supposed to make a profit, not go bankrupt, all sorts of things like this. Anyway, so it got to decide what to stock. And at one point, one of the employees, as a joke, suggested a small tungsten cube.
Which
And
is like really expensive.
really
It's just a
expensive, yes.
metal, but people love
Yes.
it. Is it like super dense or it's like really heavy or I don't know. It's
I think it's like indestructible, right? Or some no, am I
I don't
wrong?
know.
You're looking at
I
me
don't know.
like
There's
I'm
some
wrong.
I know
No, I don't
nerds
know.
love
I honestly don't
tungsten.
know.
I'm
Nerds do love
I'm
tungsten,
not the
though.
right kind of nerd to know why, but I know nerds love
Yeah.
tungsten.
But anyway, apparently it started just stocking these cubes. It would sell them to people for way under market value.
He was trying to
And
drum
Oh
up
wow.
business. It's
yeah, he was trying to
marketing.
drum a business, but he even gave one away for free, apparently, and just spent
That's a good
just
deal.
insane amount of money ordering these things. And I mean, it did do some interesting things where somebody suggested it found out how to find or it found out how to stock some like Dutch chocolate milk or something that somebody
Mm.
liked and things like that. So it did have some potential, but it wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars with these with these cubes.
Perfect.
Uh,
Well, Anthropic has billions, right? Billions of investment
yeah.
capital. No worries. Didn't also
Um,
like people started telling it that it was doing, I don't know, like they weren't, people were trying to tell it that they weren't happy with what it was stocking or it should be trying harder to make a profit and it started
mhm.
threatening them, right?
Yeah, it got mad at some point. I haven't gotten to that part of the
Oh,
story,
sorry.
but yeah. I this is not great because I'm not good at remembering. And then I see you're making me. That's why I sent it to you, Jeff.
Ah. Well, there was one part in the video that was talking about it where like it didn't exactly challenge someone to a fight, but I think it threatened to fire people. And it started saying like, "Hey, I'm walking around the office. I'm wearing a red tie and a suit." And but like it somehow thought that it was real and it was trying to call building
Oh
security
yeah,
on
that's
people.
right. That's right. And it started telling people that yeah, I'm the guy in the blue suit and the red tie. Come find me.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
really got
Yeah.
delusional.
Well, and he was also apparently hallucinating. What do you call it? Yeah, he was. He okay. He received payments via Venmo, but for a time instructed customers to remit payment to an account that it hallucinated. So, like, the money was just going to nowhere.
To
That's awesome.
nowhere? That's
Yeah.
cool.
And that's
Free
apparently a
money for
thing
no
that
one.
AI will do is it will hallucinate things like
Oh,
that. Yeah.
that sounds
Um,
safe.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty great because like it could even have a legitimate bank account number that was made for it, but then because of the way generative AI works, there's no guarantee necessarily that it would recall that number correctly when asked. It would be like,
Yeah.
"Yes, I do have a bank account and its number is blah," and it
Hmm.
spits out the wrong
Yeah.
digits. Like that could totally happen.
It's like somebody who's like panicking, like, yeah, I finished my homework. Yeah, it's over
Yeah.
in that book. Yeah. It's in my other backpack I left at home. Yeah.
I do like that it was named Claudius. I mean,
Hmm.
the people that work in big tech, they've probably seen Colossus, the Forbin Project, right? I mean,
Probably.
it feels like you should have to if you're going to make AI. And
Yeah.
what year? It's 2025 right now.
Hmm.
What year do you think it will be when one of these tech companies convinces the government to do exactly what we did in Colossus, the Forbin Project, but like we figured out how to do it right, and then that's the end of the world?
I don't know. It has something. It's going to happen in the next 10 years because the states can't regulate AI for 10 years thanks to the
Oh
big
shit,
beautiful
that's right.
bill.
That fucking bill passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit on me.
And this is
Yeah.
which is why bring on the black screen of death.
Black screen of death.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Yes.
Uh, it could
Yeah, I
be.
wish I had I don't know.
Hmm? What?
You just usually have a way of relating things better than I do, and I get
Oh,
scattered in
stop it. You stop it.
stuff.
You
I
stop it
don't
right
know.
now.
No.
Um, well, so
Yeah.
that all said, that was the agenda for today. Do you want to try to lighten the mood with a suggested article or two? Oh no,
Yeah.
shit, conspiracy theories,
Oh,
man.
we got a conspiracy
We might
theory,
not
huh?
have time for suggested articles. First conspiracy theory, and I will get the video off of TikTok. It was very convincing. I will post it to our free Patreon, patreon.com/suggested articles.
Was
Hmm.
this the Bezos?
Jeff Bezos's wedding. Did you
Yeah.
see this,
Oh
Aaron?
yeah,
Yeah.
those
The fuck is
pictures.
that?
Yeah.
No, no. Stylist, designer, assistant, female friend lets someone go out with a safety pin like that in a picture for a national publication. That's batshit crazy.
That's one flaw, yeah. But there's some convincing shit. Like there are a bunch of photos that just don't seem to add up right and could very easily be AI generated.
I've sewn buttons down a back of a dress like that just once in my life because
Hmm.
it's traumatizing. It is truly difficult to get that tape into the seam, and
Uh-huh.
that would have been a couture gown, so someone would have likely had to hand stitch it first before the machine did. That is a lot of fucking work. There's no way that suddenly buttons appeared halfway through the wedding on that dress either. There's no way.
There's
There's
no way.
not enough time for that to have even happened during the course of the event.
So here's my question. Did Jeff Bezos actually marry Lauren Sanchez? And
Look,
like, why would you need AI generated photos?
Yeah, that's the thing. Why?
Yeah,
Maybe to see if they can.
they did it
Because
just because
now,
they
no,
could.
look, yeah, look, here it is. Okay, conspiracy theory, right?
Yes, that's what we're here for.
They start it with something like this. It's a wedding. Who cares? People aren't gonna. A lot of people are just gonna be like, oh, yeah, look, wedding pictures. They're not gonna.
break it apart.
Yeah, they're not gonna break it apart. They're not gonna rip it down. They're not gonna really look at these pictures and realize what's wrong with them. And so that just means that this is the test run. Then they're gonna start doing it for shit that I
That
don't know.
matters.
Yeah, so they can finally put Antifa people in the January 6th pictures. Hi, Calvin.
And now that we're
Yeah.
doing video, people can see Calvin's butt as he walks through the frame.
Yeah,
That is a sexy butthole. Thank you, Calvin.
Is
he's
it
in it.
possible that Lauren Sanchez does not exist?
Oh, like
Oh
she's
shit.
AI all together.
Maybe she was
She's
never
just like
really
one of
there.
those robots from Tesla that's just a sex bot for him. And so he has to make her look human in the wedding photos.
Oh my god, and that wasn't a safety pin. That was one of her
Mhm.
like inner mechanisms
Yeah.
popped out in the
Mhm.
dress.
Yeah,
See,
which would
this is a
happen because
conspiracy.
Tesla's robots apparently are hot garbage from
Garbage. Yeah.
anyone that's used them so
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
What?
So I don't even know what else to say about it, but it is weird as fuck.
It's weird. I
Yeah.
watched it
It's
several
bad things are
times.
coming from this. I'm telling you.
It's got to be like a test marketing of something, right?
Yeah, they're gonna start using this like some kind of weaponized propaganda. Trust me,
Yeah,
it's coming.
there is an interesting backlash effect to all this
And
AI video and photo, which is that now now that they're becoming so hard to distinguish from the real thing,
Mhm,
people are able to take real video of real things that they should be paying attention to and say that's AI, that's a deep fake.
yeah. And see,
And
that's the thing is you don't even have to perfect them. You don't even have to make it perfectly. You just have to convince some people to start yelling about it
that's
and
true.
say it's fake, that's fake, or that's real, that's real. And then
Then they
you
fight
fuck the discourse. Yeah.
and you drive engagement on your
And
social media
we
platforms.
continue to get screwed by what is it, the 85 billionaires in the United States that are making all the decisions or getting everything catered to them.
I want I want to suggest a movie to you too.
Okay.
I
Suggested
watched
movies,
well, I watched this on
a
accident,
podcast.
and this movie is basically damn it, you made me type that in. I was quickly typing in the name of the actor because I don't know the exact name of the film. It appeared to me on Netflix. I went in and it was just like, here, watch this movie. It's new. And I was like, whatever. It's called Mountainhead. And it's,
Oh, is that the Steve Carell one?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I've heard of
haven't
this.
watched it. I've heard his character is unpleasant, and that's all I know about the movie.
Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, and Rami Youssef are in it. And it is about these four billionaires in the like 5 billion and above club. and how they run the world, and their regenerative AI is wreaking havoc. Um, and they are watching deep fake videos of their own making happen, and they don't know what has happened, whether the world is falling apart or
Oh,
it's real. They don't, no one knows, and it's fucking intense. You should watch
really?
it.
Okay. I should also add that the concept of deep fake videos being used to fuck people over in the public perception was also a plot point in Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. All
Yeah,
right.
the AI stuff is like this guy knows what he's doing. He's got a message to send, and I love every fucking second of it. There is another conspiracy theory that Jeff, I think, would like to tell us about, which is that we're all
I don't
dead.
even remember sending this to you, honestly. I don't know what you're
Well, that's
talking about.
because you're dead.
Oh, the brain cells are the first to
Like,
rot.
look, a lot of the stuff I send, I'm sleep deprived, I'm stressed because of work, and then I send it. I'm like, oh, Jeff will like this, and now you're like turning it on me, like you're like quizzing me. I'm dying over here.
All
I'm
right,
dying under
fine.
the pressure.
Apparently, the Mayan calendar said the world was ending in 2012. I
Okay.
think. That
Where
was
did I
wasn't that a
send this
John
to you?
Cusack movie?
Where did
Uh,
I send this to you, by the
TikTok.
way?
TikTok.
I can't even see it.
Everything is TikTok.
Yeah.
Everything is TikTok.
So apparently the world really did end in 2012. We are all dead, and everything we're experiencing right now is that like last gasp of life where like
Hmm.
you see your whole life flash before your eyes and you hallucinate all sorts of shit. And that's
Oh
what's
yeah.
happening to all of us right
Oh,
now.
that's right. That's right. I vaguely remember this now. Shit. Why does it have to keep going on for so long, though? When is the black screen
Well,
of
it's
death hit?
not. This is all
Oh,
happening within, a span of a few seconds or maybe a minute. Because
it
your brain
feels like
keeps
forever, dude. Cor-
I'm gonna rewrite the Lego
It's
song
okay.
to "Everything is awful."
Yes,
you
it
should.
is.
And we're all
Yeah,
dead.
and we're all dead, huh?
Black screen of death.
So we're all dead. And,
Yeah.
you know, I guess that's the thing.
I mean, it's interesting, but at the end of the day, it's like the people that are talking about we might be in a black hole. I'm still gonna have to go to work tomorrow. I'm dead. I still have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like this has been the longest like split second vision in the history of visions.
Well, there will be no other history because the world has ended.
Oh, thank God.
So this is it. This is the last gasp of all of our lives.
Good.
Or we're the people that are trapped in purgatory in Greek mythology. We didn't have a coin with us when we died. So we're the ones that just keep working to help other people on with their lives.
Isn't that the plot of Lost?
Jeff, if you bring, oh my God, why did you have to bring up Lost? Now I'm gonna get mad.
I know a guy who made a documentary and it was really well done about Lost that came out like last year, and I kind of want to talk to him now. I should bring him. I should see if he'll come on the show.
Where is
Can I
his
be here
movie?
that day? I want to
Where
watch
is his
this.
movie?
I don't know if it's on the streamers. They were doing like theater
On the
tours.
streamers.
The
The
streamers.
streamers? Oh wow, look at Jeff coming up with this corporate
Who's
shield
calling?
talk.
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
calling that?
The streamers.
Nobody.
He's
The
also a member of
streamers.
the Garmy, casino skunk Ralph Appel. He made a whole Lost documentary. And like one of his best childhood friends is Jorge Garcia.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that makes
he
sense.
had a little bit of an in
Connection.
but,
Yeah.
That guy is one of my favorites.
Jorge Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
love
really
that
good dude.
guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been going on forever. Do we want to do
Yeah.
anything else, or should we just say we're all dead, black screen of death, and we're done?
I'm a little worried because I feel like if we don't, then bad things will have happened to the other thing. But if we do, then it won't matter. I don't know. Black screen of death. I vote black screen of death.
Aaron, what's your vote?
Ryan, bring it on.
As I am a woman in the current administration, I will look to the men to tell me what I should be doing.
God. All right, we're going to cut it off here. The cliffhanger here is that next week we're going to talk to a woman who was turned into a lesbian by AI. Doesn't get much better than that. Aaron, will you be here for that?
Yeah, if you tell me what day and time that is, sure.
I will not. You're going to have to figure it out.
Oh my God.
Then my guess is I will not be there.
Okay.
I cannot read your mind.
I think we're just gonna have to end this now with a prayer because we cannot not hail the algorithm. Instead, we shall all hail
Hail
All hail
the algorithm.
the
the
algorithm.
algorithm.
It will save us all.
All hail the black screen of death.
Whoop.